The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Like, we're going to get into this real quick. I don't think I'm going to be before you too long, but I need to talk about this. So I was just sitting thinking, right? Just sitting thinking like I always do. You should try it if you don't do it. And I was thinking like people will really become a distraction if you're not careful. And so I was thinking like you got to stay focused. We talked about taking everything slow with people. Take everything slow when it comes to people. So I was thinking about this and I'm like me getting married and stuff and how it turned out. I'm thinking like sometimes I just wish I wouldn't have never did it. Nothing against her, but like to get to this point, who plans on being divorced? Who plans on breaking up? Nobody does. And like even with other stuff like jobs, like I be thinking like I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. Shalom Raval. Shout out to you. But I always come back to this point that I'm gonna talk about today. And that's staying ready. Look, a lot of the people, nearly 99.9999999% of the people that you see, that you talk to right now, when you get into eternity, whether heaven or hell, you're not going to see them. You're not going to remember them. Shout out to Dog Day. He said, hablas español. You're not going to remember them. People be letting people take their life, throw away their life. But the truth of the whole matter is you got to stay ready. You got to be ready at all times for all things. We live in the United States. We don't know what they're going to pass, what laws they're going to pass tomorrow. So we have to stay ready. What I want to read is Matthew chapter 25. When people turn against you, they might not even know they turned against you, but you still got to be ready. You can't let it distract you. It's things that you need to stay focused on. It's things that you need to get away from. It's people you need to get away from. Aka Stone says you're good looking. I hope this is a girl. If this is a woman, I say thank you. So we need to get into this though. I want to start by reading the parable of the 10 virgins. Okay, Aka, well, thank you. Zachary said that's true. J-Rock says, so I'm going around trying to get people to listen to my song. Well, we talking about the Bible right now. If you want to talk about your song, we could talk about it tomorrow or something. So it says, then the kingdom of heaven will be comparable to 10 virgins. Real ones, that is. Not the little halfway, not the ones that can move on from a dude in a heartbeat. The real ones. Who took their lamps and went out to meet the groom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were prudent. For when the foolish took their lamps, They did not take extra oil with them. Look at the word, extra. See, that's how you know when you prepare, when you have extra. Y'all hit the like button. So it said that the foolish took their lamps, they did not take extra oil with them. But the prudent ones took oil in the flask with their lamps. Now while the groom was delaying, they all became drowsy and began to sleep. Verse 6. But at midnight there finally was a shout, behold, the groom come out to meet him. Then all those virgins got up and trimmed their lamps. But the foolish virgins said to the prudent ones, give us some of your oil, because our lamps are gone out. And ain't that like many people? They always want somebody to give them something instead of having extra. See? They want somebody to give them something instead of being prepared. They knew the groom was coming. They just didn't know when. You know death is coming. You just don't know when. So you want to be prepared for things such as death all the time. All the time. We talked about marriage earlier. Like me personally, if you don't ever want to feel what it's like to be facing a divorce or what it's like to get divorced, just don't get married. Because if you get married, you more than likely are going to get divorced. So if you don't want to feel what that feels like, then you just don't do it. Just like if those foolish virgins would have understood their role, they would have already had the oil, because they would have knew that the groom could come at any time. Verse 8 again. But the foolish virgin said to the prudent ones, give us some of your oil, because our lamps are gone out. However, the prudent ones answered, no, there most certainly wouldn't be enough for us and you too. Just like you got to turn people down sometimes. You can't always help people. No, man, I got to take care of this. No, man, I got to take care of that. We talked about this earlier. How you got to take it slow when it comes to people. The only thing we should be moving fast with is the Most High. Ray M said 24/7, 100%. So you got to stay focused. You got to stay prepared at all times for all things. Like if you might get injured on your job, you want to have extra money. You see what I'm talking about? And this applies to me too, because it's been situations in my life that I wasn't prepared. And I was just like them foolish virgins, expecting everybody to help me. But really, I should have been ready for the rainy day and whatever else is to come. So they said, no, there most certainly wouldn't be enough for us and you too. Go and said to the merchants and buy some for yourselves. Verse 10. But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the groom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. Verse 11. Yet later the other virgins also came, saying, Master, Master, open up for us. He answered, it said, but he answered, truly I say unto you, I do not know you. Same thing with the parable of the 10 talents. Now let's go down to verse 31. It said, but when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all his angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne, and all the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them from one another, just as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right, but the goats on the left. Verse 34. Then the king will say to those on his right, come, you who are blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous, we get to the point, will say, they said, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you as a stranger and invite you in, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and come to you? The king will answer and say to them, truly I say to you, to the extent that you did it for one of the least of my brothers and sisters of mine, you did it for me. See, this is what people don't understand. We got a couple things we're going to get from this test. Number one, you can't pick and choose who you do right and wrong to, because you're being judged and going to be judged for both. You can't mess over the people of the Most High, the real ones, and think that everything just going to be well for you. See, some people make that mistake. But what I want to stop by and also tell you is you have what I call hell people, which the goats represent, and you have the heaven people, which are the sheep. Now, they both is in the crowd. And they both have actions. They both have words. They both have deeds. But the Most High is going to judge them both. And this is what you got to understand. This is why you got to stay ready. You can't let these people get you off. Get this marriage stuff. Like, even your kids shouldn't distract you to the point where you're not focused on your spiritual life. And this is what I needed, all of this stuff that's going on. I needed this. And when I get down to Arizona, that's going to be the main thing I'm going to be focusing on all day, every day, is my spiritual life. My spiritual life, because since I've been with the Most High, it's just been a lot of battles with people. And the Most High had to show me that some of these people, they're not even going to be there. Don't let these people throw you off course. The Bible say, walk in the spirit and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Why would you let women who don't no longer want to be with you get in the way of you and the Most High? That's your time to go to the Most High, not Jack Daniels. I don't even believe in drinking when I'm upset. I like drinking when everything is good, and it just makes things more even more merry. I'm not one of them dudes that'll drink because I'm sad. I'm not gonna drink nothing when I'm sad. Appreciate that, Zebner. Say you're a legend and goated at everything you do. But you got to just keep going. You got to keep going. You got to know that everybody that's rejecting you in your life, they're doing it because there's a contrast between them and the Most High. I've never in my life, even before I even knew about the Most High like this, never have I experienced rejection from him. Not even once. No matter what I was doing, no matter what I was saying, I never experienced rejection from the Most High. I've experienced tremendous rejection from people, though. And the Most High, he showed me stuff like that. When have I ever rejected you? Never. Never. He never rejected me. And I look at this with people, because everybody's saying they with him, they know him. But here's the thing I know about him. The Most High never, ever, even the time where he allowed trouble, even the time where I was upset with him, he never rejected me. And so I said, I'm going to stay ready. Ain't no way I'm going to miss out on him for nothing in this world, this little temporary world with all these evil hell people. Oh, I'm spiritual. The Lord, I'm this, but then they reject you. I've never rejected somebody that didn't reject me first. I might have passed on some stuff and some people, but I never rejected in any person that didn't reject me first. And the reason for that is because I know that the Most High has never rejected me. Everybody's spiritual. These people are saying they're spiritual, but then they'll marry your best friend. They'll marry people you know. They'll be having sex with people you know. No, that's because they're not spiritual like that. They not spiritual like that. Everybody claiming to be spiritual. You want to know something though? I'm not judging nobody's soul, but I've seen people spiritual in bits and pieces. Just to be honest about it. I've seen some people be spiritual in bits and pieces. But what I've seen more than people being spiritual is people being wishy-washy and selfish. And I gotta tell y'all this as a prophet. That's just the fact. Wishy-washy, selfish, narcissistic. They want you to listen to them. They problems. I'll be listening to people talk, and I'll be like, that ain't even a real problem, man. You weak. What you gonna do if the mark of the beast or this type of stuff come? You gonna off yourself? Because that stuff you calling a problem, that's nothing. I'd be like, man, he couldn't have had my life. He wouldn't have made it. Yeah, Ray M put the scripture up there that I'm coming from. Long live the Most High Empire. He said, long live the British Empire. The British are coming. Blacka, blacka, blacka. I'm just kidding, man. So, you got to stay ready. You got to be like the 5 prudent virgins that they mentioned. They was ready. The other 5 was playing around, didn't think he was going to come, so on and so forth. Just like the parable of the 10 talents. I go to that so much. Just read that for yourself. I practically go to that every other day because there's so much in that. So what I want to do, I want to pick up where I was at. He said, then he will answer, truly I say to you, to the extent that you did not do it for one of the least, you did not do it for me either. These will go into eternal punishment, but the righteous into eternal life. So what do I mean by hell people and heaven people? Nobody's perfect, but you gonna see where people at by what they do. You gonna see where people at by the attitudes they take. You see what I'm talking about? Like, it's not gonna be like a secret who's who. And ever since the Most High been showing me this, like I don't be judging people, but like it just shows me, like, when people blow their horn at me and I ain't do nothing, or I ain't do nothing for them to, it don't bother me no more, because I understand that some of these people are hell people. And I'm gonna break it down for you. So hell people, what type of stuff do hell people do? Well, that squirrel got a whole piece of bread in his mouth. Hell people hurt people. Hell people commit adultery. Hell people are promiscuous. See, I could be promiscuous. That ain't how I'm trying to do things. I could be promiscuous. I got options now. But that ain't how I'm trying to do things. Hell people are promiscuous. Hell people, especially, how I'm supposed to be doing things. Do as thou will is the doctrine of hell. So anybody that's doing whatever they want, apart from what the scriptures say, that's a hell person. Now I'm free, but I'm free to a point. I'm not free to just live a sinful lifestyle. I'm free to be righteous without over criticism. If the word didn't say it, if it's not in the commandments, then it's fair game. And sometimes I do stuff just because I know I can. And I do it because I will not be trapped under the binds of men and their self-righteousness. If the word didn't say it, because let me tell you something, some of these hell people is in the church. You ever went to a church and it feels just like high school? Cliquey, fashion show. That's most churches. And hell people will try to condemn you for not going to your church. Nigga, your church ain't nothing. Then you got all the people that only go to church to find somebody else. You had your somebody. They wasn't good enough for you. These people is crazy, man. What you think the next person gonna be perfect? They not. With me is they don't gotta be perfect, but it's certain stuff that's zero tolerance. We read about Sarah. The Bible say do I need to read? People just hell people, man. Heaven and hell can't coexist. They're rivals. They're opposition. I already realize I ain't for everybody. And that's why it's easier for me to stay ready. It's easier for me to talk about this. Appreciate you, Ray, for some of the scriptures you're putting up there. Matthew 7:21. True and false. What do you mean by true and false? Not everyone who says to me, Master, Master, will inherit the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. This is why it's good news. The Messiah showed us. And he was being very sarcastic with the rich young ruler. He said, if you want to enter into life, just keep the commandment. He proved a point with that. The rich young ruler said, I kept them all. He said, this go do. Go and sell what you have and give it to the poor. See, the rich young ruler's problem was he was selfish. He was in between. He was trying to be an in-betweener. Like he wanted to be religious, but he didn't want to help people. He didn't want to give up his stuff. Just like a lot of people come in here, they'll come in here and get the word every Sunday and won't send no cash app or super chats. I'm not even gonna keep asking. Do what you think is right. Do what you think is right. So when he says the will of my Father, what's the will of the Father? What is he talking about? Humbling yourself. Watch this. This deep. Adam and Eve went against the Most High. Did the Most High condemn them to hell? I ain't never seen in no books that Adam and Eve went to hell. And I done read a lot of books. So he had the tree in there to show them, do what I say before what you want. That's how you stay ready. We do what he say before what we want. Understand what he say. Remember how the serpent said, you shall not surely die? I'm finna get deep. For God doeth know that when you eat the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, your eyes will be open. And ye shall be as gods. I'm finna show you something with that. The devil was lying to them to get them to do what she wanted. But some of what the devil was saying right there was actually valid, was true. See, this is how it was supposed to go. Adam and Eve was supposed to know that that tree is forbidden. No matter what we can get from eating it. They wasn't ready. So the serpent was able to come and deceive them, just like whoever is going to be here during the mark of the beast. The serpent is going to come to deceive people. The Bible even says that in Revelation chapter 18. We got the trolls in here as usual. What we talking about, brother? We talking about staying ready, easy. Don't you owe me money, troll. He will never leave you or forsake you while you're alive. But the people who forsake him, he's going to forsake them for eternity. So I don't be one of those. You're right, Ray. We want friends. We want people in our life. We don't need them. Ray said you don't need humans, only God. That's true. Now you got a business, you need people to buy you what you're selling. But in terms of your overall soul, your life, you don't need people. Yeah, I can't go back to prison. Don't. Please don't. Ray said, I feel the pain. I ain't going back. Charisma in here. Shout out to Charisma. Trolls are here. How you doing, Notorious? Shashank is in here with the Christianity, the Christian doctrine. Let me tell you what that meant, Shashank. Follow Jesus. The example that he set for how we should conduct ourselves in regards to God, the Most High. To the end of your life, you still down with it. That's what he showed us more than anything. Ray M said, yes, he's the knower of all things. Any feelings of uncomfort, anxiety, distress, you will be rewarded with that, stated by the prophet. Dude, y'all see what I mean by help people, right? You wouldn't do this with no preacher. If you ever come, I'm telling you, when I get my church, if y'all come with this type of stuff, it's gonna be some royal rumbles. I'm gonna throw you out like Uncle Phil used to throw out Jazzy Jeff on the Fresh Prince. Shashan said Jesus is the king. The person he's based on, yeah. But that wasn't his name. So you gotta stay ready. Obviously, everybody ain't ready in here. They talking about some of everything. And I'm talking about the Bible. You got people like Ray in here that's paying attention. So you want to stay ready. Don't let these people get to you. Understand that this world is full of evil and evil people. And don't get sidetracked by the evil, because they will find a way to bring sadness, to bring despair, to bring frustration, disappointment. I've experienced it all. Like a lot of people dealing with frustration and disappointment. I'm not dealing with frustration, but I ain't gonna sit up here and tell you I'm not dealing with some disappointment. I'm disappointed that my marriage turned out like that. I am. I mean, I look at it like I would have probably just been better never even getting married. I'm disappointed. And then women, what they'll do is they'll act like they done moved on and act like it don't bother them. And then once you gone, it's too late. And this is how they do. As long as they can replace you, they fine. But if they don't find nobody as good as you or better, that's when they're going to break down. That's why I don't stop putting your faith in women, man. Guys, do not put your faith in women. Use them for fun. Use them for amusement. And take it slow. Slow. Because like I said, again, they find, as long as they able to find somebody. That's why I'm going to get so rich. That's my goal. Other than my spiritual life, I'm doing everything in my power. I'm going to work all night. I'm finna start pulling all-nighters out here and just build my money all the way up. Ain't none of these dudes going. I'm going to make sure these guys don't got more than me. That's what I'm on. All the way up. All the way. If she rejected me over my money, she's going to be sad the rest of her life. I had some financial problems, but you don't let financial problems destroy your family relationships. Nobody on here, nobody that'll see this, do not let financial problems destroy your family relationship. People be getting with people for the wrong reasons. But it all goes back to this central point. Stay ready. Stay focused on the Most High, not people. People gonna let you down. Your job gonna let you down. Your co-workers, your so-called friends, most of them is wishy-washy. They gonna find a way to turn against you because it's easier to do evil than it is to do good. And evil, like the Bible says, it says that the devil blinds the minds of them which believe not. And that's some of them in the church. Can't get right because they don't believe. They don't believe this stuff. They can read it 1,000 times. They don't believe it. Ray says, "Oh, my soul, know that you're Most High, who knows the most secret things about you." It's not hell, Marty. This is not hell. Think about it. I can go get a cheesecake right now and be just hit my stomach. It's humming, delicious. This is not hell. Hell, you ain't getting nothing. You gonna remember everything, and you ain't gonna get the things that you will want. No one will know what you truly experience. Your situation in the depths of pain, no one can possibly know or understand except the Almighty. Yeah, that's facts, Ray. That's facts. That's facts. Ray said, Allah said in the Quran, those will be rewarded with the highest place in paradise because of their patience. That's truth. That's truth. So the temptation was there. The temptation was there for those the prudent virgins to use their oil. They probably the foolish virgins took their oil on something else. The prudent virgins kept it and had extra. He said, say something for Trump. Oh, man. Trump 2024. Look, Trump doing some stuff I don't like, but Trump is still better than she was. And Trump, he's not horrible. Dimitri McKeeve said, I got divorced after 25 years. See what I'm talking about? It's been, for me, Dimitri, on paper, it's been 27. But it's over. I would have to be a complete simp and sucker to bypass everything that's said and done. Some stuff I don't even know. It don't feel good, man. Any dude that's talking about it didn't affect him at all, after all this time, trust me, man, it's going to affect you. I'm not going to even tell that lie. I'll be honest about it. I just wish I wouldn't have never done it. Nothing against her, but then I wouldn't be dealing with this. Ross said, yo, what's up, OG? And Don Lorenzo, remember, y'all can ask any question as long as it's not trolling. Armand Rug is asking to be shot out. Thanks for the sub. You say you sub. Appreciate it. Either one of y'all can ask a question. Dude, y'all ain't got nothing else to do, man. Y'all don't like sports. Y'all don't play video games. Look at what Native wrote y'all. Armin says, bro, my parents keep fighting and I keep thinking they're going to have a divorce. That's why I'm so sad all the time. They keep putting me in the middle of their fight. Said, what? Please help. What to do now? Stay out of it. And don't let neither one of your parents brainwash you against the other one. Shout out to Vanilla. the unicorn is, she say, I'm on. Oh man, vanilla trip. They knocking on the door. Man, just go out of there smelling like dookie, man. Just go home and clean. Take a shower. Greetings from Argentina, bro. My name is Claudio. Appreciate having you here. Nah, don't pick sides. Vanilla said, hey. Yeah, man, he need to smell like, go ahead and let that dookie hit them for a second and just go to your car, man. Best Black Pink is in the house from Turkey. He said, my mom tells me stuff about my dad and my dad tells me stuff about my mom. You gonna see what you need to see with both of them. If your mother just trying to replace you because she wants some new meat in her mouth and she want dudes up in her face, if she trying to replace them for that, you gonna see that. Just like you gonna see whatever you need to see with your father. Vanilla said, LOL, OMG. Ali is here. He said hi. Yeah, just stay out of it, man. She said, what's the topic? Stand ready at all times. Stand ready for the end of days or the end of your life in regards to your soul. And stand focused even when these people start getting under your skin, start doing this, doing that. You want to stay focused. And she said, okay, deep. So, I went from Matthew chapter 25. Who get under your skin, Vanilla? Your coworkers? What are you talking about, John? You ain't saying Fruity Pebble stuff again, or? She said, I stay quiet though. Your coworkers? Well, I'm finna show you what straight men do when gay men. This is what straight men should do when gay men come to them with that garbage. You ready? You ready, John? This is what straight men should do when gay men try to recruit them. Jesus love you so much always. Dry bones, rapper. Yes, you just stay quiet and polite. You stay ready. You're making a lot of money from your job. You don't let your coworkers destroy that. See, I'm going to show you something else. The jobs I quit, right? Had they been paying a whole lot more, I would have took a whole lot more. When I first started my last job that I had, I said, man, I'm going to be cracking 3,000 every 2 weeks. I never did. So I'm like, I'm secretly underneath, I'm mad about this because to me, it was too much you had to do for that money. Like, I made not too much less than that, dealing with 1 to 23 individuals. They was expecting you to deal with 60 at once by yourself. And keep getting mandatory because nobody want to work there or nobody can stay there. That job just became expendable. Yeah. Vanilla, you probably used to getting mandatory too, being in the medical field. But like, had I been making more money than I was, I would have put up with more than I did. Used to? What you mean? Like, they used to pay a lot? Stephen said Americans' expectations of inflation now are at the highest level since 1991, according to Capital Economics. Overtime. Oh, y'all got enough staff? Yeah. Just work a little slower than usual. Vanilla, how old are you? You're like 42, right? Yeah. How old are you? Hoodie says, man, the crazy part of all this inflation is 44. Meanwhile, a huge. That's a shame I couldn't have met you. You always been a unicorn, Vanilla. That's sad. But it is what it is. Some dudes catch, some dudes don't. So at least you admit that you ain't always been like this. That's good. How long you been married? Yeah, you're definitely right about that. They just make it even worse and expect you to just put up with it. Oh, you still fairly new. But that's good though. Good. Shout out to your husband. That's the main thing. People don't hold accountability for their actions spiritually and from an earthly standpoint. She says she cooking. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Nobody's perfect. You just said it too. But it's some stuff you just don't do. It's some stuff you gotta do. Yeah, that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. She be cooking and stuff. She do. I'm not, and is very good at it. It's just like with me, I'm not for everybody. Because some people, I'm not one of those guys you want to play with too much. Like, yeah, I got a sense of humor. I'm fun to be around. But I'm not one of those guys that you want to just be like this, pushing my buttons. Because I'm a want to get away from around you. And I'm not one of those guys that's going to share women. If I know a chick, like I look at it like this. If I'm gonna share a woman, I might well just buy a piece of her for a minute and then get her out of my face. Then being in a relationship with a woman that you have to share. Not saying that's not exactly what happened. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, when women start wanting other guys, what they really saying is they want you to share or they want you to get out the way. Like, a real woman is never gonna flirt with no dudes. A real wife is never gonna flirt. She's not gonna have emotional affair. She's not gonna be sneaking, talking to dudes, trying to, convey little intimate points. Exactly. So your genuine person has come through across these airwaves. Discernment don't lie if you recognize. No, because it's disrespectful. Yeah, you do. You do. Because here's the thing too, Vanilla. As long as you been who you supposed to be in your marriage, if dude comes to you and says he wants a divorce, you free to remarry. But these women think they can say, well, I don't want to be with him no more. And so they either wait till you divorce them or they divorce you. Nah, that ain't how it works. Anybody that marry you is going to be considered adulterous. I don't agree with you with that, Michael. No. I'm going to tell you why. She's religious. My next one, I don't even want like somebody that's real deeply religious. I want a woman that has the concept of the Most High, has a good understanding and a decent relationship with him, and I'll teach her the rest. I don't want one, because sometimes here's what happens. They start trying to tell you. They start disrespecting you. Like that. Spiritual, but not overly religious, decent. You can work with that. I used to see, dude, like when I was a member at these churches, I used to see women all the time giving their husband the look. Giving them the look. So I know exactly, like if I go on a dating site, right? Let's say I go on a dating site and they saying too much religious stuff, I'm automatically swiping left. Automatically. Because I haven't seen many who respect their man to that point. And the devil gonna mess with them more. The more religious they try to act, if they fake especially, he gonna mess with them, or she gonna mess with them even more. Furries are cool, said hi. How you doing, furries? So I'll teach them. I don't want them to come in trying to tell me nothing. I'll teach them. This is what the Apostle Paul said anyway, that they should learn at home. So, yeah, that don't move me. That don't, because I've seen the worst of it. Like, not too long ago, I've been knowing this, going to this store for years. And this chick always playing gospel music, always trying to act like she's spiritual, but she always got something slick to say. It finally boiled over the other day when I tried to take a check in there and cash it. And she tried to say, because I signed it without her saying me sign it, she was refusing to cash it and was getting slick. So I said, I said, I'm not finna argue with you. I'm a real believer. I'm finna argue with you. Some of them be so passive aggressive. It just be unbelievable. Them church people, just passive aggressive. Then these dudes think because they go to church, they could tell you something. You still need to learn. You still need to learn. Like when you first get into the faith, the Most High be doing everything. Bow, bow, bow. But I want to see you after he stopped answering all your prayers and stop answering your prayers fast. Then I want to see you. Then come holler at me. Not when he doing everything like this. Yeah, my sister had me into religion, not knocking her, but she really changed. That's what happened, Vanilla. And that shouldn't happen. She's not fun no more. Yep. Because they think they can't do anything. Marty says a vision without action is merely a dream. True. Have you ever been to prison? No. Changed my life before I got to that point. Just too boring. Yeah, so I don't even know. I don't know why you asking that. People always be asking me that though. Said, tell me a life lesson, big dog. What are you Nah, I ain't never been Pat. Like what are you interested in talking about, Marty? Nah, I ain't never been to prison. I done worked in prisons though. That's my main career field. I grew up in the hood, you know. So yeah, man, stay ready. Stay ready. Something I stand by. I learned that people, you can't let people get you off stride, out of your goals, because they wishy-washy, narcissistic, and all the negative characteristics that you can think of. And stay focused on the Most High. Stay focused on, when you wake up, you should be praying, praising the Most High, thanking Him, telling Him what you want, and before you go to sleep. Because these people, don't let these people distract you, man. They will. I'm telling you. Don't do nothing that's going to get you in jail or in hell. He said red flag. Don't do nothing that's going to get you in jail or in hell. Nothing. You see your girl with somebody else, try not to do nothing to them. Darren Wright said, hi, how you doing? Try not to do nothing to them. I told her earlier, I said, whoever you get with, I said, that's your business. Just don't get with nobody I know. I said, and I won't get with nobody you know. That's the point where we at. Because people will try to, dude, you know how awkward that could be? That's ridiculous. That's just too much. People be dying and you watching this person with your ex. That's why people be fighting at funerals and stuff. Especially if it's like your friend. Think about it, Vanilla. Let's say you and your husband got divorced and one of your coworkers or one of your friends got with him. And you was at a funeral or a party and here they come. Awkward. Especially when it's kids. Like, these people gonna be around your kids. Like, for men especially, it gets personal. I would never do that to guys I know. Like, if I knew, hey, this is such and such ex-wife, not getting with her. That's too awkward. And it's disrespectful too. And downright evil for some situation. He said, good, how are you? I'm doing good, man. Would you go to church and ask a preacher to rap? I'm asking for a friend. So whatever church you deal with, would you ask them to rap? What's 0 to 60 in your car, bro? I don't know what you're saying. Would you tell them to chill? Star said, what's up? What's going on? They getting weird in here, Vanilla. See, this is what a lot of people problem is. This is why y'all always getting deceived by people. Because y'all not supposed, when you dealing with people, you're not supposed to go by outward appearance. You're not supposed to trust somebody just because. You're not supposed to not trust somebody just because. You're supposed to have your guard up with everybody. And, like that. See, this is why a lot of people ain't making. Because them peoples, they teach them how to talk, they teach them how to dress, and then they put their little false puppets in front of y'all, and y'all be believing them. The Most High already showed that it don't matter how you dress. It matters what you say. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm gonna have the little fresh suit on. So how long does it take to reach? I'm not even sure. I don't think long. This little joker fast. It's fast. So yeah, I just had to bring it. Don't let Trump catch you, Stas. It's over. I love fast cars. I just sold my BMW. What are you thinking about illegal immigrants? Why would you ask me that? I think that y'all need to come over here the right way. and come over here with the right attitude. Don't be coming over here trying to act racist towards black people. You can stay in your own country with that, because we built this country too. Dude, look what Silver Eagle wrote. Oh, man. He said that they should be given their favorite meal before deportation. Wow. Dude, I look at it like this, man. They doing DoorDash, that's taking money from Americans. They doing all these apps on their cousin them stuff. So I'm not one that's if you looking for sympathy, I'm not one of the ones that's gonna get too much of it. I could care less about them being over here, just as long as they don't act racist and as long as they don't take money out of people's pocket, they're citizens. Then if neither one of those are the cases, and don't bring no diseases over here either, then it's whatever. You speak English, you sure writing English. You sure writing it. Yeah, I agree. he teeing off on y'all, man. He said we have to treat them with respect. He said we have to treat them with respect and let them have the window seats on their way home. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, Stas. Maybe learn English, man. What are you saying, Philip? I know the trolls definitely in here. She said white people are lovely. Some of them. I'm not prejudiced towards whites, but I could care less if they prejudice towards me either. That ain't what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with the Most High. What did He think? Not them. You should still be a slave, there, boy. Be like, oh yeah, make me one. I'm the one that'd be like, yes sir, yes sir. As soon as they turn their back, blink. Come on, man, let's get up out of here. And my stomach growling. I'm finna have to get off the air. Lovely, just people, exactly. We have good and evil working and fighting against each other in every single one of us. She says she eating now. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks to everybody that came through. Let me get out of here now. Got people still coming. Mike David. Hey, Mike, you a little late, man. We about to wrap it up. But what's going on with you, Mike David? Appreciate you coming at least. You might have to catch the playback, buddy. I appreciate that, Vanilla. And to all I say, have a good rest of your night.